Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A where we answer sporting questions from the chat. So get your questions in, people. Get your sporting questions in. Apologies on the lateness. We shut the Back Again podcast. So I might have to start moving the show back to 12:30. So not at midnight. From now on, it will be half an hour later. Shout out to Troops every time. Big up Lewis. Big up Hassam as well. That podcast, hilarious. That'll be out tomorrow. As you can see from the title, people, late Martinelli goal as Arsenal beat Manchester City, and then Liverpool drawing at Brighton. So big up to everyone who's tapped in. I see you lot in the chat already. Bump up the likes, please. Make sure you bump up the likes. Share across all the socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Members, though, for Q&As, one of the perks of the membership is your question takes priority like a super chat. So if you are a member of the channel, I will start your question and I will definitely get to it. Of course, if you super chat, I'll make sure I get to your question as well. So I don't want anyone in the comment section asking me why I'm not getting to your question when I've just explained in regards to the perks of the membership and also super chats as well. But again, bump up these likes, people. Let's bump up these likes, run them up. Please share across the socials as well. All them social media apps you are active on. That's me, Flawless. Please share across all socials and Sarcasm City TV as well across all socials. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. TJ, I sent you the link, right? Let me know if I did. I swear I did. But if I didn't, I'll send it through to you now. But I think I did. Big up to Marshall K. Says, yo, Flawless, I'm buzzing. Run, my dude. Arsenal fan Marshall K. All right, I understand why that is. Hey, big up to Stephanie G. Says, big up Flawless. City plunkers without rudders. Yeah, I think more so City's problem today was so what's it called was going forward. I don't really think it was from a defensive standpoint. Big up Flawless won't be here today in the chat, but would you mind starring the two questions I put? Got you, Warrior Jake. I know you'll watch this back. He says, panel, which player in your team concerns you so far this season and why? All of them, Warrior Jake. You know what I'm saying? It's easier and quicker to list the players who don't concern me than who actually concerns me in regards to Manchester United. Everybody. But Onana definitely. Yeah, everyone. Casemiro, Onana, I'm looking at those two, because they're going to be key to any success we have this season. So they are the two that indeed stick out. RJ says, panel thoughts on Arsenal 1, Manchester City 0. Two teams where defenses was on top. Both teams defended, I thought, very well. Goalkeeper, back fours, and the two in front, or in City's case, the one in front, did the business. The forward lines didn't do anything. That was the main issue. You know what I'm saying? Odegaard didn't do anything for Arsenal. Jesus did very little. And Nketiah did very little. Trossard did very little. And on the flip side for Manchester City, when you look at their attacking players, Bernardo Silva didn't do too much. Foden didn't do too much. Alvarez didn't do too much. Haaland didn't do too much. The quartets of each side, did any of those quartets I named there get above a 5 out of 10 from today? And you have to give credit to the defenses, yes, but also, that's why the attackers get paid big money, is to decide them type of games. And Martinelli did that. Havertz, because someone asked about him getting the assist, held the ball up well, laid it off. Great number 9 work. And then Martinelli, is there a slice of luck because it hits Ake in the face? Yes. But if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle. Simple as that. Big up to Andy MU. I see you. Says big up everyone. Hope all is well. Yeah, man, I'm blessed. Big up TJ, who says big up the chat. Was there a game today? You're a joke, man. Big up Ed. Says big up the SCTV family. TO as well says big up. Also, large up. I see you lot. Let's see you. Black Diamond, good to see you in the chat. My brother Eddie, love to see you in the chat as well. Hey, one sec, TJ. You don't have it. I'll send it through to you now. Large up Jez in the cut as well. Yes, Jez, what are you telling me? You good?
Nah, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm all blessed. TJ, I got you now. Give me 1 second, my guy. I'm literally going to send the link through to you. Hey, just under over 40 of you lot in here, only at 21 likes. Let's get us up to 40 likes, people. Let's get us up to 40 likes, please. Let's see what's what. Right. Give me a second. My bad, TJ. Like I said, my bad. You lot make sure you subscribe to TJ World TV. Please continue to get the questions in, because then this becomes the absolute purge. Oh, my bad, TJ. I didn't even sending it through now. 1 second. It's the right one. Yeah, TJ, you got that. Send that through to you. Let's see. Black Diamond says, we have never lost a match when Flawless uses the Mickey Mouse hairstyle. You better be prepared to rock that style for the rest of the season. Yeah, it's just a nightmare to deal with, like sleeping and stuff like that. That's what it is, but I do fucks with it. So yeah, I might have to do that for big games and stuff. Eddie says Vardio was their best creator, which is wild to say. LOL. Yeah, man, I hear you 100%. Like Eddie, like in regards to Vardio being their best creator, and big up to the happiest Arsenal fan in the building. TJ is here. Yes, TJ, what are you saying, man?
I'm happy, man. You can't deny it. I said we were gonna lose, so I'm not gonna get too out of my my boots here, but yeah, it was a good win, and yeah, Gabriel Martinelli. What else can you say?
That's it. Like it is. And to Ali G, you said you're getting some panelists on. Yeah, man, as you can see, the man them arrive when they arrive. You know, TJ's in the building, got Jez in the building, Prime in the building. So we got Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea all being represented as well. What are you saying, Prime? You good?
We won, man. We won back-to-back wins. Back-to-back. We're not back. We're not back. We won't beat Arsenal, but we'll give you a game. We'll give you a game.
Oh, I know you guys are gonna give it. You guys will give us a game for sure.
There you go. And to Eddie, who says, was Grealish in the squad? Yeah, he was on the bench. Him, Goku, were both on the bench.
Yeah, by the way, just one thing I have to mention quickly. Obviously, TJ probably wants to talk about the game, but I just quickly want to mention, hey, you see those people who were trying to go at Grealish? Mataza, you're one of them. Who's the scapegoat today? Who is the scapegoat today? Because last week it was Grealish. All these City fans were going on his ass. Grealish didn't play today. Who was the scapegoat today?
Oh, they getting that Grealish last week? The City fans were saying in particular.
City fans been going crazy at Grealish, and Mataza's been running with it ever since. Remember this last Q&A that we had?
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Who's the scapegoat? Because somebody's the scapegoat. Apparently, it has to be somebody now, because Grealish was apparently the reason why City couldn't go and beat Newcastle. He didn't play against Arsenal. Well, who's the scapegoat? That's all I have to say.
You know what? They could have done with him today, because one thing, Grealish, when the ball goes to him, it sticks. Yeah, and I think that's a very underrated skill to have, because it doesn't look great. Like when the ball goes to the winger and he just holds it up, people are like, oh, why are you not doing anything? Why are you not pushing the ball forward? But they lack that. For the first time in a long time, City didn't really sustain any attacks. And that's very unlike them. Normally they'll suffocate you. Like they'll have the ball, then you'll win it back, and then they'll get it back quick.
I think this is, you know what, this is where I give to Arsenal credit though. Like as much as I don't like to say that, because first and foremost, I mean, we was watching the game all. I think this game was completely garbage. I think that was probably it was up there with one of the worst games of the season, in my opinion. But in terms of how Arsenal set up, after the nervy, by the way, Raya was hella nervous. There was a couple of moments, but that guy was trying to sell the game for Arsenal. But once Arsenal settled the game, they notified City. Yeah, just gotta be honest. Like, City got nothing out of this game. 4 shots in total, 1 on target. You would think that it's Luton Town coming to the Emirates. Like, this is why I feel like you have to credit like this defensive solidity base that Arteta have built with Rice bringing him in the midfield, because obviously I make jokes about Rice, but one thing I do say is that he does bring that solidity to the back line already, that already is solidified already before, which just another body there. And then obviously, I mean, after the time when Saliba looked like he didn't have his place at Arsenal, I was like, yo, let's put a bit to Arsenal and see what they say about Saliba back then, because I rate Saliba highly, and he's living up to the hype that he was getting in France. And to be honest, Gabriel comes back in the team. Surprise, surprise, Arsenal look better defensively. Like I've been saying, I think had conversations before how I didn't understand why Arteta benched him to begin with earlier in the season. And then obviously Shevchenko did his thing, what he's supposed to do in this role. And then I think Ben White had a good game as well. Like even when Doku came on, we said, okay, Doku can change the game. He did fuck all today. If I want to be honest.
Doku didn't do anything. Doku was before you get to that, TJ, because I do want to get your thoughts on the game. 100%. Give Arsenal their flowers. Big up to Hassam as well. Spitting one of my lyrics, even though he butchered it. But big up to Hassam each and every time. Make sure you subscribe to This Is Football as well. Back Again podcast, hilarious show. Catch it to like tomorrow. It'll be out. Hilarious. You already know, man. Like with me, Hassam, Lewis, the GOAT that is Troops. You already know what you're getting, people, and there's a playlist for it on this channel. But yeah, go on, TJ. Floor's yours, man.
No, I was gonna ask Jez, and big up for not being one of those shameless Tottenham fans that are sending out screenshots of the table after we beat Man City today. I appreciate that. You're an absolute real one, Jez. You're an absolute real one. No. I was gonna ask you. I got shut down on Never a Foul when I said that Doku got shut down by Zinchenko a couple of times. Did you see that? Because the first couple of touches Doku had on the right side, Zinchenko was on it.
Yeah.
Zinchenko was on it. But like Zinchenko played well defensively today, and I cannot believe I'm saying those words at 12:48.
I feel like I said, I feel like the whole unit today, like the whole defensive unit and Rice, they all did their job what they're supposed to do. You know? Like it's like I said, like City fans, the City fans that do exist, saying Rodri was a miss. I'm sorry, Rodri is no reason why you have only 4 shots on target. No, 4 shots in total.
Yes. If they just quickly, if they struggle to like control the game or they struggled from a defensive standpoint, I'd hear Rodri. Rodri wasn't a miss today. De Bruyne was more of a miss today.
And the funny part about it is here, for me, the funny part about it is, because we're talking about control the game, it wasn't like Arsenal wasn't good either going forward. Like I said, their goal came from more. That goal was more of like an X factor kind of thing. Martinelli just thinking, no, outside the box. Let me see what's happening. Deflection or it's going top corner. Let me just go for it. And for his benefit, it worked out. And Ake just unfortunately put it into his own net. But other than that, did Arsenal really create anything in that game either? That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't really hear the thing of Rodri wasn't there. Because Arsenal didn't do anything either. Yet Arsenal came out of the game as the winners because they actually put the initiative with Martinelli taking that shot there.
We didn't put any initiative in until Martinelli got in there. That's the thing, and that's why I'm not hearing that Arsenal. You know, the Arsenal front three as it stands right now, we're still very, very injury prone because we're 1 injury away from Nketiah starting every game. And as soon it's just a fact. And he did absolutely nothing today. Again, guys. That's why we have to get Ivan Toney in. But yeah, no, I agree with you, Jess, to a point. From a Manchester City attacking perspective, I thought Declan Rice, Saliba, and Gabriel shut him down. And Jorginho did fine because I think he has some confidence with those 3 next to him. But yeah, Man City were dead going forward today. Like you said, 4 shots. I mean, Arsenal had their shots, but they were either 20 rows out of the stadium or the one shot that Martinelli had. Like you said, X Factor, I completely agree. Up until Martinelli came on that pitch, I was praying for a draw because it was only a matter of time during some segments of that game where Man City looked, if they could just got one shot, one ball into Haaland, it was over. But Haaland didn't get anything. And here's another thing that I want to ask, just the opinion of everybody here. Haaland, if he doesn't get service, is he out to sea?
Yes, and that's something that he needs to work on within his game in regards to when the going gets tough, and you're not getting service, what can you do to impact games? Because I think people forget because of Haaland being so good and scoring so many goals that is Haaland 21. Is he 21?
Yeah, I think he's 23 now, actually.
Is he 23? But my point I'm making is he's so far away from his potential peak. Like he's got this is only 23. He's got so many more levels he could go and so much to learn. But I think because he came in, broke all the records, helped them win the treble. We look at him as a finished article. When it's like you're far from the finished article, and he does need to add to his game, and that tag of him. I think the devil's advocate though.
I think the devil's advocate, what I can say is though, even though I agree actually with that, because there's a lot more that he can do. Because I can't lie, today, boy, I thought there were certain moments you look worse than Richarlison out there, the Norwegian Richarlison. But I agree with that. But then at the same time, he set himself to those standards already that these people are putting onto him. Because of how good he was last season. So it's like, now it's on you to kind of show people, you can play on the same level. Like, no people saying, without KDB, you look like Richarlison out there before KDB.
He was statistically on par with Nketiah today. that should give you
Yeah,
any.
he wasn't given service though. Like what do people?
No, he wasn't given service, but again, because like what Jez says, because I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just giving the reasons behind it. That's something
I know.
he needs to. No, in regards to Jez and what TJ originally said, I'm saying that's where his game now needs to kick on. Because when you're an attacker at the highest level, which I think we all agree Haaland is, I'm not hearing the no service excuse.
I'm not saying it's an excuse, but like it's a clear. People were saying this, or at least I was, before he went to City. That's part of why. It's kind of why I didn't want him at Chelsea, because if he doesn't get service, he's quite like, I'm not gonna say useless, but he doesn't really do much.
But at the same time, you can make the same argument for a lot of strikers in today's game, yet they can still contribute to a certain way so their team can win the game. Haaland didn't do fuck all today in terms of trying to win his battles, at least trying to disrupt the shape of Arsenal. Like, he didn't do anything today.
Yeah, but
true.
I understand he was poor today. He was, but I think like in terms of what his game is scoring goals.
We know what this game is, but in the same time, I feel like as strikers, you can't just get away with just because he didn't get service. That doesn't mean
you can't.
I can't do
I
anything.
agree. You're not allowed to get away with
it. This is what I'm saying.
You watched him in the Bundesliga. You know what his weaknesses are.
Yeah, I know what his weaknesses are, but I know that you can do. This is what I say. This is why I know that he can add a lot more to a football match outside from just scoring goals. And this is something like Rose said, this is what he has to work on. I mean, he ironically was talking about, I think when he won, what is this reward? The FIFA Best, I think it was, or maybe it was another award, where some reporter was asking him if what he's working on in training, and he's talking about how him and Pep, there's certain things they're working on training that is not related to what he's been doing last season, for example. So, as much as I can agree that, yes, he didn't get service, you can make the same argument for like a lot of strikers these days.
And again, the reason why that can fly with other strikers, because we know certain other strikers are limited. So if you're a limited striker, if you're below average, above average, decent striker, 10 to 15 goals a season, no one's looking at you and going, you're not getting service. But Haaland, we put in that bracket. When you're an elite attacking player, which I think everybody is in agreement Haaland is, if he's not the best striker in Europe, he's one of the best. So if you're one of the best, whether that's centre forward, whether that's a left winger, whether that's a right winger, the whole no service thing don't fly. You have to improve it. And I think Haaland is fully aware, you said it, Jez, that he needs to improve his overall game. We criticize, I've heard Chelsea fans to go to Chelsea, criticize Raheem Sterling for not doing more, because we know Raheem Sterling has the ability to do more. Same way with TJ, I've heard Arsenal fans criticize Saka because Saka's not doing enough.
The thing is, right? Like I knew what his all-round game was. So remember last year first you said Sterling. Remember last year with Sterling when I was telling you guys of like I know what his game is. I know that if you give him chances he'll score, but the rest of his game is limited. And you guys were saying of how
I'm talking about. Yeah, from a creative standpoint, Sterling should do more.
Yeah, but if that's not his game and his weaknesses are creative,
I don't think weaknesses is creative. I think just because he was playing in a system at Chelsea, people just thought, he's just a goal scorer. It's like, no. But that's very intelligent to take on board in regards to people called him a tapping merchant at Manchester City. It's like, how do you continue to get in the correct position? Not you, Prime, but this was the conversation that people use against Sterling. But people don't equate that. People don't because he's our shade, Prime. People don't equate that with footballing IQ. That's footballing IQ.
I'm not saying tapping merchant, but I think he like his best attributes are goal scoring. Even same with Haaland. They're both Haaland and Sterling. That's different positions, but this
is where I disagree. I think in regards to, I think Sterling is much more. I think he's much better creatively than you are giving him credit for. He can take a player on.
I said his best attributes are goal scoring.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, his best attribute. But what I'm saying is, to the overall point I was talking about with him going to Chelsea, is he should be doing more at Chelsea with the ability he has.
I know he should be. To be honest, look, we'll get on to the Chelsea game later because I do want to praise him for what he did in the game.
That's the point I'm making. Is I didn't watch your game. I heard he was the best player on the pitch. And was man of the match for you. And there's a few other games where I've watched, even when you haven't won, that he's been the best player on the pitch. Like I think I remember when you lot played. There was someone at home and he played on the right wing. I think the West Ham game, and it's like that's the Sterling we should see all of the time. So back to the Haaland situation in regards to the goal scoring is all well and good. But when the team is off song for whatever reason, whether it's personal on your end, whether it's the opposition, you need to do more because he has the ability to do more. When you're 6'3" and pace and power, you can do more than what he did today.
True, but again, like for someone who's watched Haaland, and I was someone who didn't want him at my club, I know that if he's not getting chances to score, the rest of his game is limited. That's something he
that's just because you. But then again, Harry Kane. This is an example that I use. There were games where we talking about Harry Kane being one of the most complete players in terms of strikers in the game right now. Yet I've seen him games where he didn't do fuck all, and maybe get a goal at the end where we lost like 3-1. But he did fuck all in the game. But he's the most complete player striker in the league or in the world, we can say. Or one of the most complete strikers. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, as much as we can say his game is limited, there's still things that you can do to help your team in certain ways.
Because you know what the crazy part is? His limited is still better than 95% of strikers.
And this is the point.
That's how when I say that, I'm just talking just from a physical standpoint. When you are 6 foot plus and you are pace and power, you should never be. This is the biggest criticism I have of Lukaku, in particular when he was at Manchester United. When you are 6 foot plus, pace and power, strong, you should never be easy to play against. Even if you're second best against your defender, it should never be easy. A centre back should never be comfortable. The prime example of that is Drogba. I've seen Drogba sometimes where he was second best to a Vidic. But guess what? The game was never easy. That's the point I'm making. He has the raw attributes where it should never be, calm today. My shots are clean.
No, I know. And that's the criticism that Lukaku does have, but that's something that...
Because he don't utilize what he don't utilize what you have, and he doesn't do that. I say this all the time about Lukaku. As bad as he is from a technical standpoint, you should be a one-year.
He's not a guy that. Okay, let's not.
No. But he has. When I say he should be a one-year, in terms of a one-year is never easy to deal with, whether he's second best or not.
Exactly
but all due respect to him, he's at Forest. He's not playing at the highest level.
No, he's not playing. He shouldn't.
Doesn't matter if you're in the highest level for that one. That's the point, though, because like I've seen Awani given Arsenal. I mean, TJ can vouch for it. Awani was giving them a struggle when he came on earlier this season.
Yeah, the point I'm making is forget level. It should never be, even if you was playing for a League One side, you should never be easy to play against when you are 6 foot plus, pace and power, and strong. That's what it is with Haaland. Saliba, if you second best to Saliba's a quality centre back. If you second best to Saliba, guess what? You hold your hands up and say he had me today. But it should never be easy. It should be a battle. Saliba was comfortable at that.
Yeah. Do you think it was an instruction from Guardiola for him not to drop back? Because and big up Don in the chat for bringing this up, because Dap said the same thing. So when you're talking about Harry Kane, he always dropped back and helped. Like he was almost a secondary CDM at points for Tottenham, but Haaland never drops back ever. Do you think that's Pep telling him not to?
Because Black Diamond said it here. Heard Dap saying when Haaland tries to drop deep, Pep told him to stay to the plan, stay up. He said if Sterling did offer anything otherwise, Pep would. He said if Sterling did anything other than that, Pep would otherwise sub him off. I hear that, so I'm not even saying drop deep. I'm saying when the ball then comes up to you, it has to stick.
All right.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, of course. Like
I thought you were talking about dropping deep and linking and
no. Because that's just but again, that's another way you can impact the game. But the point I'm making as a striker, when you're not getting service, that's one way. Prime, you can drop deep, go into the midfield and do it that way. You can run the channels. That's another way. Or when you can be an old school number 9 and the ball comes up to you and it sticks. There's more ways, but that's 3 off the top of my head. 3 basic ways. No, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's the point I'm making. Haaland, there's no way the ball should not be sticking to you. Because a couple times it went up to him and it did stick, but it didn't stick often enough. I talk about this all of the time. All of the time, whether I'm playing football in real life, whether I'm watching United, whether we're on clubs, whoever the attacking players are, stick. Make the ball stick. It should not keep coming back. The ball has to stick because that alleviates pressure and then allows you to attack too. And with Haaland's attributes, you should be doing better, even if you're because he is limited, yes, but he needs to improve his overall game. He's far from the finished article. But I don't think there's any player currently playing in Europe who is the finished article. I don't think Mbappe has to add to his game because you're a max man now. So now you need to add to your game and do more. Because as soon as people see you on the, all right, we watched England put 3 players on him. We watched that. All right, but before against France. I mean, England-France game. Yeah, go watch it back. As soon as he got the ball, Henderson, Walker, and there was another player over there. But Henderson was put on that pitch simply to stop him. Simply. So you have to deal with that. Before we continue, though, over 90 people in here. Continue to bump up the likes, though. We're only at 40 likes. Let's get up to 80 likes, people. Make sure you subscribe to TJ's channel, TJ Warren TV, one of the mods. Put that in the chat as well. Continue to get your questions in. Members, I will start your question. I will get to it. Doesn't have to be on topic of what we are talking about. But TJ must be over the moon in regards to the actual result.
No, when I said Shameless Sunday, I wasn't kidding. I went absolutely crazy. I would say the result flattered us a bit up until about the 70th minute, and then Martinelli shot out of a cannon and got us across the line. It was definitely an X Factor type performance from him. You could see what we're missing when he's not in the starting 11. That pace down the left side. Trossard again put in a stinker today. I really don't think anybody can disagree with that. He put in a stinker. I don't think Jorginho was that good either, but it's one of those things where you see the marked difference in quality now. And I've been singing Trossard's praises for a while, but I don't think he's quite the same after that injury for some reason. I think he needs to sit bench and then maybe come back and be an impact sub off the bench again and work his way back into the team. But man, no, I'm absolutely over the moon. Like I didn't wake up expecting to be on YouTube all day laughing in people's faces. I really didn't. But here we are. We did it. 1-0 to the Arsenal, man, and another person, excuse me, that isn't getting enough flowers today, I don't think has been White. Can we talk about Ben White? Because I thought that going forward, he was very, very good. He got caught offside a couple of times, but that just kind of showed the intent of, yes, we are trying to get at these guys a little bit. And defensively, he was extremely solid. So when Jesus was on the right, and I was a little harsh on Jesus just because he wasn't exactly generating scoring chances, but the way he was holding up and making Guardiola, work on the right side, it was absolutely incredible. And then White overlapping on the right proved to be a threat. I mean, obviously we didn't score off of any of those chances, but it made Man City think. You know what I mean? I mean, and look, when you're going up against one of the elite back lines in the world, let alone in the Premier League, in the world, you're excited to see that. You know, and I'm not going to overgas it. I mean, if you asked me in the 60th minute if we were going to win, I was going to say no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But we won the battle on the wings, and we barely won I think the battle in the midfield. I mean, really before Jorginho was subbed off, I was a little afraid that he was going to make a mistake, but with Rice, Saliba, Gabriel next to him, he put in a shift and we were actually able to shut it out. I cannot believe that I can't crap on Kai Havertz today. I'm really bummed.
He did well for the goal. Like I said, it was good hold-up play.
He did well. Good hold-up play. Yeah, not King Kai. I'm not overgassing it. Not King Kai.
Not TJ. I'm not overgassing this is what Kai
he
does.
One good pass. He made one good pass. I am not going to overblow this.
TJ, this is what he does. He turns up against City, man.
Well, good. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad it got us. It got us 3 points. Now let's see what he can do against his former team here in a couple of weeks.
Relax. We're a relegation team, man. Don't worry about us.
If he German, you're not a relegation team. You're mid-table, but you're not a relegation team. You guys are on form too. I'm not. Like I said, a lot of people are just marking that off as a win at Stamford Bridge over on our side. I'm not yet. I'm not. We put in stinkers against worse teams.
I thought actually, when you guys played United and Spurs, how did you guys set up in those two games?
So United, now you're challenging me. United, we played Havertz, Odegaard, Rice.
No, not
And then
personnel. I mean,
no,
just because
Depends on how
the
the-
4-3-3.
guy was on the
4-3-3.
terrace talking about how Arteta against Spurs and United set up to play this defensive counter-attack the same way he played today.
It wasn't that way against United or Spurs. We were playing Igal and I disagree on several things, but we did not play. We essentially played a 4-2-3-1 today. If you really truly look at it, we played Jorginho and Rice, who are natural CDM. So obviously they're going to be more defensive minded. Again, this is just my opinion. You can look at everybody looks at the game a little bit differently, but against United, we played. And I got to go back to the personnel on this one because a lot of Partey being injured really does play a factor. But we had Odegaard, Havertz, and Rice in that one. And in my opinion, that's more well, by the personnel, that's supposed to be more offensive, right? So I thought we were more offensive against United and Spurs than we were today. I thought we were playing that soak them up and hit them on the counter more today. Our posture today was more defensive, in my opinion.
Obviously, the game will be in 2 weeks, so you guys might have some players coming back from injury, or they might get injured during international break or whatever. But
yeah, and I think Saka isn't going on international. I heard, and somebody looked this up for me. He's not going anymore. He's not going to internet. Okay. He's not going to England anymore. And I heard that
Saliba's staying back.
Saliba's staying too. Yeah, so. That's good for us. Like we need these players fit, and we need these players for a good run in both the Champions League.
Will you guys
and,
set up
the cup?
How will you guys set up? Like again, it's in 2 weeks, so who knows? But will you guys set up to be defensive against us, or will you come out?
No, we're gonna attack.
I mean, currently the way Chelsea are playing, why should they?
We're not. We're gonna attack
because we struggle against like low blocks, but against teams that have been kind of coming out of it. Well. It kind of suits the players we have, I guess, and it suits Poch. So it might be an interesting game. We'll still lose, but we'll be there.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing: is that we always do beat Chelsea at the Bridge. That's true. But if you don't think Chelsea are going to be up for that game, I mean, come on.
No, we'll be up for it. But I'm happy that like the way we've been this past 12 months, I'm happy we've won a few games and we're going into form, playing a big team. So let's see if this 2-3 game spell is this actually real or unsustainable, or are we just fluking results?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and we haven't lost to you guys. What did we lose? We lost to you guys back in 2021, I believe was the last time But yeah, so that, in my opinion, everybody in the chat that's saying we always beat them, that's not us always beating them. We beat them 3 out of the last 4. That's not. It
will be an interesting team.
Yeah, I think it'll be an interesting game. Like that's all I'm saying. Am I confident that we'll beat you? Yeah, but I'm not saying that it's a foregone conclusion. We drew against Fulham. We drew against 10-man Fulham. We are more than capable of putting in a stinker. Like, and I think, look, it's what it is, man. Like, look, we just lost against. We put out a very, very good side against the 12th place RC Lens in the French league. Like, you cannot tell me that these guys are not capable of putting in a stinker. So I don't think any game is a foregone conclusion.
That's the funny part, because Arsenal put a stinker out today, but the difference was they had the X factor today.
He's got that. And let me just get to this.
You're absolutely right, Jess.
And big up to Guna for the super chat. Much appreciated. Says, I'm so happy Arteta calmed down today. Hey, Guna, big up for the super chat.
And Guna and Flawless. Guna is usually the one on Arteta's neck.
Oh, he's already in his
by the way, something I wanted to talk about. Is it not 2 losses in a row for Pep in the league?
I think it's
first time since 2018 that's happened.
Yeah, I think it's 2 losses.
Which is again, like, I don't think it's panic stages for like City.
But no, it is. Sack him. Panic stage. Sack him.
I mean,
all our managers got sacked for losing games. Sack him.
Yeah.
But yeah. What I want to say is, obviously it's not panic stations for City, but I think they clearly, and I felt like this kind of this season already, but I felt like I don't think they haven't figured out really what they want to do with the new players as well. That because you can see the Doku has looked good so far, but then even now the last 2 games in the league, I think, or 3, I think I would say, I don't think he has affected the game as well as his couple first games. I think Nunes is trying to find his way in this new style of play. I think Guardiola's, even though he was good today, he's trying to figure out what he's supposed to do. Like that's, I think it's just a lot of these players not used to what they're supposed to do, and I feel like maybe it's an effect of just getting rid of some of these guys, too many of them, and then trying to replace them with guys who just don't know what to do. Because it's not like every team plays like Pep. And
yeah, that's true.
I'm saying, man. There we go. Now I know what I wanted to say. It's well because that was something I wanted to do. But hey, man, TJ can probably back me up as well with that one. So when Kulusevski was coming to the Emirates and he played the way he played, I see Spurs fans slandering him and saying he needs to put more effort in the game. But then I saw Phil Foden and Alvarez today, and I thought they were worse today.
Alvarez wasn't good today.
None of their attacking players was good. None of their City's attacking players.
And this is what I'm trying to say. But Kulusevski was getting slandered by our fans because he didn't apparently put enough effort against Arsenal, or he should have done more against Arsenal. When we have to acknowledge Arsenal, one of the better sides in the league, and the fact that the way they were pressing us and the way we were literally in our own half most of the time. And I thought Kulusevski had a brilliant game against Arsenal, to be honest, considering the circumstances. But I saw our fans slandering that, and now Phil Foden comes to the Emirates, puts up a stinker. Julian Alvarez comes to the Emirates. They put the stinker, but nobody wants one.
Go on, TJ. Go on.
No, I was going to ask Jez, do you think that's just because they keep playing Foden on the left, and when I think he's a better center midfielder, to be fair.
The funny thing is, I would think he would have been eaten alive today if he would have played through the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
I feel like even though I think he's better through the middle, I feel like considering the midfield and the way Arsenal press, I don't know if today would have been the day. Maybe before Rodri. If Rodri was today there, then I would have played him through the middle. But with the midfield that they had today, I don't think I'm playing him through the middle.
It was Rico Lewis, Kovacic, and who was the other midfielder? Bernardo Silva, right? That was
Silva.
That was the three. See, that outside of Bernardo Silva, that lacks
physicality.
Going forward, I would say, just from an attack, because that's what City lacked. That's what they needed. If you have Bernardo Silva in there next to Foden, maybe with just Kovacic, or maybe just Rico Lewis sitting, and then have a Grealish on the other side.
But do you want to see Rico Lewis sitting though?
No, ideally, no.
That's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if you really want.
Maybe you go with Calvin Phillips. Maybe you play Calvin Phillips.
But
Bernardo Silva.
The fact that he didn't do it, it just shows you the levels that Calvin Phillips.
Maybe that because it was offensively. So I think maybe shifting Foden central and then playing.
I think he went with that midfield because I think one, because a lot of these players are just more natural to play in the position, and two, I think he can trust them through the middle to be composed in terms of actually just keeping the possession, even if it means they don't create going forward. I think he was just content. I think he was just content with them just having the ball and being able to be competent with it and just don't waste it.
Apparently, the plan was John Stones to play in midfield as the DM. But he wasn't.
He was
struggling with fitness or something, or he's coming back from
injury. He just come back from injury.
Yeah. This is my point. But let's say John Stones would have been DM today, then I feel like, okay, you know what, put Foden through the middle. But I just don't. I mean, first and foremost, you can see Pep clearly doesn't trust him to play through the middle, because even when City were all healthy, he still doesn't play through the middle, regardless.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust a fat footballer either, man. But
wait, who's fat? Oh, you're talking about Calvin Phillips.
That's what Pep said, not me.
Hey,
Pep said
big up. Yeah. I just didn't know you was talking about for a sec. Hey, big up Jacob as well for the raid. Big up every time. Make sure you subscribe to United Spurs of America. He was on here yesterday on the United Chelsea Spurs show, so make sure you check that out. Now over 180 people in here, only at 47 likes, people. Let's bump up those likes. Let's get to triple digits, people. 100 likes. Hit that like button. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. When you enter the city of Sarcasm, pay the toll, man. Pay the tax. It's free. Just hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Continue to get your questions in. Of course, if you're a member of the channel, I'll star your question. If you super chat, I'll get to it. But if it's a non-super chat or non-member question, and it's very good, I'll get to it as well. But obviously, they do indeed take priority. The link for the membership is in the pinned comment. But big up Jacob again for the raid. Big up Guna ER is clearly happy. Says North London title race. Laughing emoji, the worst laughing emoji. Hey, you know what? Spurs are the only team that can save the season for me this season. So I'm with it. Do I think they can do it? No. I'm all for it. Come on, Spurs, man.
No, but
you're the only one I've got.
This year.
That's it.
The funny part this year,
the fall is coming.
And I actually had the conversation today, like, and I was looking at the game today, and it made me even more aware of how squad depth really, how, in my opinion, the reason for our, and I don't, again, people might call me negative now, but I feel like the reason of our downfall will be our squad depth and how it will negatively affect us later part of the season.
Hey, just dream, man. You could do a Leicester where everyone stays fit.
True, but then again,
one game a week.
Which is true. But then again, we have people don't realize we do actually have injuries and long term.
And you're still winning. Hey, people, I am Dal Simon here. I'm really reaching.
Yeah,
I was just letting you lot know this is strong.
I'm just saying,
it's either City, Arsenal, or Liverpool. So just to clarify, you know what I'm saying?
Wait,
like, they're the options.
Yeah, you're a United fan, and you don't want Arsenal or City to win the league. But there are other United fans who would rather Arsenal, like last season, rather Arsenal win it than City.
Yeah, because because the thing is with United, I think people don't get it. People get mistaken. We got so many ups that the list is, everyone's list is different. Like certain people will have Liverpool somewhere. So you got Liverpool, you have City, you have Arsenal. We'll use those three. They'll interchange on depending on what Manchester United fan you talk to, age-wise, etc., etc. Me and Tox, same age. His list is different to mine. Like in regards to who he hates more and that. So it depends on what you're talking about. My uncle all season, last season, wanted Arsenal to win the league because he hates City more than he dislikes Arsenal. I'm on the flip side. Even though I want to see neither of them, I hate Arsenal more than I dislike City. But I still don't want to see them successful. So it depends on who you're talking to. I don't want to see none of my ups do. That's why when I got asked that question, or who do you prefer? None of them. Because it's not good regardless. I don't want to see Arsenal win the league same way I don't want to see City win the league. I don't want to see Liverpool win the league. So that's why I said I'm Dal Simon, because out of all the options currently, Spurs is the only one I look at and go. That's why I don't even mind you lot too much, Chelsea, until I started content creating with you lot, because you lot are fucking unbearable. You're on too shabby. You know what I'm saying? Until that Champions League.
I was the same way. Living in Ireland, I knew no Spurs fans. I didn't mind the Champions League final. I wanted them to win. So I didn't know any of you guys. I didn't see you guys as a real club. I was cool. But when I moved here, started knowing Jez, you man are too annoying. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey,
Jez,
if you want, it's what it is. But it's just one of them ones, bro. Like, wow, I was just thinking about today. Like, I can't lie, bro. I'm just saying this. See, you know me. I don't care about this best league nonsense and that. I don't really believe in that. I don't really care about that nonsense. But fucking hell, if these are the two best teams in the league. Fucking hell, I don't know. Like, bro.
I mean, it's only 8 games. We got to keep that in mind. Everybody's getting super excited.
Yeah, everyone getting carried away.
28 games. But when Chelsea were in 17th, we were getting relegated after 7 games.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
all I'm saying is the Barclays.
I never said that, by the way.
The Barclays Premier League.
No, you didn't. I'm just banter.
The Barclays Premier League that I used to know, this would have been today. That would have been a 3-2 today.
Man, I hear what you're saying. Well, and to Daniel, big up Daniel, says, doesn't Grealish always turn up versus Arsenal? I'm wrong. Not to my knowledge that he has a great record against Arsenal. I can't remember, no?
I don't know if Arsenal, to be honest.
Not to my knowledge. Big up saying Bowen from Jamaica. Good to see my Jamaicans in the building. Love that. Big up to you saying Ajab Staffy TV. Make sure you subscribe to Staffy's channel.
Big up Staffy.
Great channel. Big up Staffy each and every time as well. Yeah, Malcolm, title winning Leicester was different. That's all I got, man. I'm here. You know, United got me down so bad that I'm like, yo, Spurs. You need to do the business.
Yeah, but I know that Leicester one was the freak one, though.
Hold on. Eddie, I didn't root for Spurs to win. I said I didn't mind if they won.
Yeah, that's crazy coming from a Chelsea fan. That's nuts. You know, that's wild.
How is that crazy? I was living in Ireland. Spurs weren't my rivals.
Who cares? I could be living in Wakanda and I'd still want Liverpool to lose. What's that got to do with anything if I'm a United fan? What's that got to do with anything?
Yeah, but Liverpool are actually your rivals. Spurs weren't.
All right, but even even when Liverpool are not like our rivals in terms of on the pitch, when the Carlsberg sponsor and finishing up 7th and 8th, I still wanted them to lose. Leeds are in the Championship. I still look out for their results now. Actually, that being said, yeah, I think they won this weekend. But I still don't want them to come
back. Because like you guys know, I'm an agent of chaos. So Liverpool losing would have been more chaotic.
Oh yeah, you for the chaos fans. Your personal agenda.
I mean, they needed to cheat anyway the game to win that. So
typical.
Yeah,
I'm saying typical Prime, man. It is. And yeah, like Black Diamond says, like, share, subscribe, support your quality channel as you continue to get quality content on a consistent basis. And hit the subscribe button as well. We're at 8,283. 7 more subscribers, people. Get us to 8,290. And there's just under 200 of you lot in here. I know there's at least 7 people who haven't subscribed. Yes, I'm talking to you who hasn't subscribed as you're watching and listening to this right now. Or you may be watching this back. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, people. All I'm asking for is 7 more subscribers. Get us to 8,290, please. It is road to 9K. So we are trying to hit that before the year is out as well.
I do have to mention something as well quickly.
Floor's yours, fam. Floor's yours.
Teacher, did you want to say something right there, or?
No. What I was gonna say, and then because I didn't want to interrupt the flow, but there's no more annoying fan base online than Spurs. No more annoying.
Hey, this is
talk about so you got United, right? You guys are big right now, but you guys know you're in the mud. So you guys are quiet. You guys are quiet. You know you guys are done. Like you know what time it is. Like right. Like even Rance knows. Even Rance is hiding right now, which is cool. Like he is full on muddy. He knows his stuff, right? But Spurs, man, good Lord, it's like you guys don't remember 6 months ago. It's unbelievable.
Of course, I don't remember 6 months.
It's absolutely unbelievable. No, and that's the thing. And they are so loud. 8 games in, and I think a majority of Arsenal fans with a brain, I'm just saying, are like, okay, well, we got humbled. We remember 6 months ago, April Fools never ended. We're gonna keep our mouth shut. So I'm just saying when you're coming to like I hate losing to both United and Spurs like on an equal level, but there is no social media like in terms of social media dilutedness. It's Tottenham.
But what it is though, on top of that, every fan base is worse when their team is successful because then you get that. Whether it's a small success,
they were bad. They were bad last year too.
Yeah,
they were bad last year. They were bad last year because they were pulling on those Man City kits and being like, "Oh, look at that!"
Yeah.
It's like,
of course, yeah.
You guys are in 12th.
I still got my Man City shirt right next behind me, bro.
Yeah, see, exactly.
I don't give a fuck. Like, see, the funny thing is,
they changed out of their swim shirts and put on the Haaland shirts.
Like,
sorry, go
ahead. And no worries. But the funny part is here, because today in the watch along, because Victor was saying, but if I want the City to win today. Yesterday I would say, obviously for you today, and Victor said, but your team is still up top, still top, but then your team is not top of the league anymore. And then I said, 1, we're not in the title race. Our title race doesn't even start in October. And 2, I don't give a fuck. Like fuck Arsenal, first and foremost. And 2, I'm a Man City supporter this season because I don't believe we can win the title. So
we need that positive energy, Jasmine. We need that positive delusion, man. Let's go, man. Let's do the tank. That's
been positive and then just been delusional. But
that's what I'm saying. We mix the two, man. Positive delusion.
I don't mind Spurs fans being like that, but then don't complain when people come after you. But then again, it's one of the. I just don't take these type of gambles in it because I can't be asked some random guy on Twitter. I told you, bro. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about that, bro. Like I tweeted today about how Klopp obviously Liverpool drew, and I said does Klopp want a replay? And all of a sudden, they had Liverpool fans under my comments today. Like, but the Spurs barely beat Luton. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, who won this weekend though? Who won this week?
3 points.
3 points, exactly. And the funny thing is, I like the fact that we beat Luton 1-0 because no one able to say, Spurs is no good. You know what? I hope we win all over games 1-0 now. Spurs is no good. Spurs is no good. I hope. See, I'm just that type of guy. And the funny thing is, somebody put a picture on Twitter which is hilarious because when City, Arsenal, and Liverpool win 1-0, it's mentality monsters getting the job done. But when it's Tottenham, all of a sudden, it's they're just lucky. I'm saying, like,
it's quality of opposition weighs in just a little bit.
No,
Come on, bro.
Just in general, even at times.
In general, I hear what you're saying, but
I remember last season, at times when some of these teams here, sometimes they would grind out a result against a team that they're supposed to beat more by just one goal. And then it's like mentality monsters. They got it done. Remember Arsenal beating Bournemouth there when Reece Nelson scored their winner.
No, I didn't agree with that. We wouldn't have. We shouldn't have been in that position.
I'm not saying you agreed with that. I'm saying the general consensus agreed with that, though. Mentality monsters. But if that was us making a comeback against Bournemouth to make it 3-2 at home, everybody's saying, Spurs got lucky. I was saying, bro. That's what I always say. When people tell me about this, Spurs is not a big club. Because you guys care somehow if we win football matches, and even if we lose football matches, you guys care. Nobody gives a shit if we lose the game.
Jez, Flawless and I don't come on here and make money if there isn't double standard and stupid drama like that. So.
Yeah, of course. Well, no, I'm saying
there's people for you in it. People just be doing too much with double standard.
Way too much. No, I agree with you. I see what you're saying though, Jez. I see what you're saying though, bro. For sure.
Yeah, it's
it's just one of them ones in the in football. It's just football fans in it. Like I'm just riding with the wave in it. Like it's just one of them ones in it. Like Postecoglou, best. I mean, he's probably gonna win manager of the month, low key again. And the funny part about it is so he's beaten. Which is ironic because usually I see manager of the month, I start crying because we usually just turn to shit all the time after when the manager wins it, but somebody put it perfectly. Ange has no time for this bullshit that the club always does when we do something well. Like, but I think I said today, this is the first time I'm actually happy we're top of the league because we're actually a good team. Like,
that makes sense.
Like, these lovely which is funny part because it wasn't like we'd never been top of the league couple of seasons before earlier in the season, but then I was never happy because of the way we were playing. So,
were you not top under Poch?
I can't remember actually. I mean more in recent times though, because under Poch we were actually good though, but under Conte, under Jose, under
I know that's why I asked. Were you not top under?
Like bro, under these guys, nah, never happy when we were up top because I knew it was just a facade, man. Like just imagination, imagery, like all types of English language words like I can probably think of just fugazi, like you know what I mean, all these words.
Facts. Nah, I hear you. Big up to Marcus's question for Flawless. Which team do you hate to the core, Arsenal or Liverpool? Both of them. But if you ask me who I dislike more, Liverpool. Because again, that's just for those that don't realize that Manchester Liverpool is a city rivalry. Like outside, I've explained this before. Outside of football, like it's like a 45-minute drive. Like we dislike each other city-wise. The football's just added on top of it. Like all you do is Google Manchester Liverpool rivalry, and like city rivalries is much more than football. Much more than that. So yeah, definitely Liverpool. Like they don't like us, we don't like them. Even though Liverpool is actually a lovely place. Obviously, minus Anfield, that's a dump. But like other than that, the place is actually a nice place. Yes, Timo, what are you saying?
The team too.
Other people all good.
Yeah, man, all good, Timo, man. Oh, bless. Let's see what else you lot are saying as well. I know there's a couple more. Good to see Timo in the cut as well. Vuvu says, TJ, how far do you think Arsenal will go in the Champions League?
It depends on where we finish in the group. But if we finish first round, I think we'll get to the round of 8. If we finish second, then we're going to be out in the round of 16. That's my thought. Yeah. I think quarters. If we get if we finish top of the group and get a good draw coming out of the group, we can win. We can get there, but I don't think we're getting to the semis. I really don't.
And like you could be extremely lucky, and then you get in fucking Salzburg and Inter Milan and
right. You never know. No, it depends. It depends, doesn't it? Like it's one of those things where I'm not getting overhyped just because of the quality of football I've seen moving forward. That's all. Like away, we're garbage. It's and in the Champions League, you have to be able to score goals away, and we cannot do that. Doesn't matter if we're in the Europa League or the Champions League. We do not have any killer instinct moving forward, and until we get a true number 9 that can score goals in those situations, I'm not really going to be too positive about it. So depending on draw pending quarterfinals.
Which is the funny part, because I was looking at the game today. I was like, yo, Arsenal really need a centre forward. Even for argument's sake, Saka plays today and Jesus plays through the middle, I still think Arsenal need a centre forward, because I don't think Jesus would have been as much of like a focal point as I think people make it out to be. Like he's a good striker, but I think there's a difference between having Jesus as a striker and an actual striker.
Yeah, I mean, and the more you watch him, Jazz, I agree with you. The more you watch Jesus, the more I thought he had one of his best games of the season today. The way that he held up play and moved down the right wing, I really do. Like, he was a workhorse today. So, playing at number 9, I don't think is his number 1 position, especially for what Arsenal need. So
that is fair. And just to clarify, because people have asked the question, yes, Kovacic should have been sent off.
Yeah,
100%.
Definitely should have been a second yellow. The first one, do I think it is a red card? No, but if it gets given, I'm like, I keep saying it. Don't raise your studs.
He's lucky to stay on the pitch.
Yeah, like don't raise. I say all the time when you're challenging for the ball, do not raise your studs. If you raise your studs, you run the risk of going over the top of the ball and catching someone high, whether that's ankle or whether that's higher on the opponent's leg, and then you can't get sent off. We watch Gusto do it. We've seen Jones do it in the past couple of weeks. Stop. Especially when the pitch is wet. Like, what are we doing here? So yeah, Kovacic definitely, it's the second challenge is definitely a second yellow. Can't believe the referee hasn't given that. The first one I think is just a yellow, but if he gives it, fairs. And yes, the answer to Abdullah, yes, I do live in Manchester. I'm Manchester born and bred, for those that don't know. Yes. Just to clarify.
Are we gonna still stick with Arsenal City, or can we
can go on the floors yours? What do you want to get to?
Everywhere.
Chelsea, man.
All right, look at him smiling. You know what I'm saying? Burnley won Chelsea 4.
How do you know?
Because I can hear you smile. That's why.
That's creepy, but okay.
How's it creepy? How long have I known you? We've been streaming together. I can hear you smile. It's like same way when we start talking. The same way when
Italian woman, man.
I was gonna say that, Jesse. I was gonna say that 2 things. When either Timo's getting slandered or someone mentions some women, you smile again.
Look at these creeps.
Look at you smiling again. You can't even talk straight. Go on. Burnley won Chelsea 4, my friend.
Look at these creeps, man.
Burnley won Chelsea 4. Let's not talk about who you following on the gram and Twitter. Burnley won Chelsea 4. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
you want to shift on? Yes. Just keep it moving.
I wanted to talk about.
Where are the words at, man? Where are the words?
Keep it moving. Go on, the floor's yours, fam. You over there stuttering, man. Let's go. Moving like Bruno Fernandes on a football pitch. What's going on?
What's your thoughts on Chelsea?
It's some random Italian girl.
Don't try to go on to Timo. You wanted to discuss it, so we're segueing to you, Prime. No. Go on. Go on. Burnley won Chelsea 4.
Anyway, I'm happy we won. Sterling, Chelsea fans trying to write this guy off because of one bad season. I may have not been like happy or wanted him in the first place, but like I do know what he can do in terms of goals. I know how much of a threat he can be. Funny enough, I actually watched the highlights back. He didn't actually get an assist, but he was involved in all of our goals. And I said this back in the summer that, obviously I don't think top 4 is on or anything, but if we have any chance of doing anything this season, like he will be the forward to help us like carry us forward. And I'm happy he's slowly starting to pick up form. I just think Chelsea fans should just lay off this guy. Let this guy actually build back his confidence and just let him cook.
I mean, he was better than number 8, but I mean, we can. Or is
number 8?
Did he not get no assists? Was Francis?
No, the first goal was a deflection, Burnley own goal. The second goal was
penalty goal.
Palmer was it the second one?
You had assist. You get assist.
And then he scored. Yeah, but that doesn't count. It's an FPL assist. It's not a real assist.
I mean, fair enough then, but who cares?
The Jackson goal was actually a Palmer assist, but he created it.
Fairs, he did his thing. Oh, he's saying penalty and Angola, but because you get that now. If you win a penalty and it's converted, you get the assist now. So it works.
For FPL or for an actual?
I think both.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I think so. That's what someone told. Did someone tell? I think it was Surface yesterday. Yeah, Surface said it yesterday. So
okay, fair enough.
How true is I'm unsure.
Yeah, but no, I'm happy. I'm happy for him. Happy that we won, and a shame that it's an international break and it breaks up the momentum, because if we went, even though Arsenal were brilliant, phenomenal against City, if we went in next week going into like a sort of form and a rhythm, it probably would have been a better game and maybe better result for us going in to play them. But now there's this 2-week break. Some players may get injured or whatever, and Poch may just end up ruining this momentum and doing something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm happy.
No,
Who's going out for Chelsea, Prime?
What do you mean?
On international break?
It's Arsenal.
It's a lot. There'd be a lot of players, right?
Sure.
I don't. It's a lot.
You just said you were worried about.
Sterling's here. I think Chilwell's actually out for a few months, so I don't need to worry about him. Reece James will be back fit. Gusto will be back from his red card. I don't know if Mudrik's going on international break. I'm not sure. I think he might be injured or fitness or whatever. But I don't know. This international break is just, I think, is a wrong time for us for momentum. But I don't know. It is what it is. I'm happy that we're going into this on a positive note, because if we had lost today after winning our last two, that would have been bad. But I'm not trying to go back to Arsenal, but I'm not too upset that the international break's happening now, because we might get some players back afterwards. So we'll see. Like, if we could get Saka 100% and Partey 100%, that would be pretty good. True, yeah.
Even though he did make an appearance, but I want him to start.
Yeah, and that'll be the annoying thing, that like we'll be back to basically full strength. But we could have caught you guys now, when your Saka maybe might come back.
Because that's the game back after. What's it called, isn't it? That's the game back after.
Yeah. Let's go, man.
Let's go, Timo. Proper Chelsea.
Yo, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
No offense, TJ, no offense, but I can't stand Arsenal fans, though.
Timo, he's in his hooligan bag now in a minute.
I need to ask you a question.
No offense, TJ, but I can't stand Arsenal. Some Arsenal.
Yeah, we know you don't start answering. Like, it's not surprise.
I'm not bothered either way.
TJ, I need to ask you a question though. You there?
Yep.
So it's weird because it's been on my mind. Do you give Todd Bowley credit for the players that he bought that to help Chelsea win football matches right now?
No, not at the moment, no.
What?
Wow.
Wait, what?
Wow.
What do you say again, Timo?
No, I wanted more, man. We need striker.
No, I'm saying I don't care about what you want. I said right now.
You didn't hear, it's Timo. He didn't hear your question, fam. Come on, Jez.
I know, but I just need.
No, it's like okay, but still.
But wait, Timo. We need a striker, but our striker just scored.
Yeah, but we need more than that, just in case, like.
I'm not talking about what we need right now. I'm asking about right now.
Carry on 1 sec.
I'm saying I'm asking you about right now. So, do you think the players did well today, or against Burnley and Brighton and that one?
Broja against Fulham, I'll say well, but that's his first game back. Who else?
Wait, Timo, are you still Poch out?
No.
No, he was never Poch out. He's Bowley out.
Oh, why are you Bowley out?
Let's just say I want more experience in our team, man. That's
but
more experience.
You're more experienced, but you don't have experience. But you have 3 games in a row. 3 wins.
Well, no, not even that. Timo, what sort of experience do you?
I can't lie. If we don't make Champions League, it's a failure. Simple as that.
Timo, I don't give
a. Hold on, no, Jez, I've got a question.
We're not talking about if you don't make Champions. I'm talking about right now at this moment in time.
Question, Timo, what sort of experience? Timo,
I need more.
Timo, what sort of asking? Timo, what sort of experience do you want? Because we were linked with experience in the summer, and Poch said no.
I would get Osimhen.
No, but we were linked with experience in the summer, and Poch said no.
Poch never said no, by the way.
Poch said no to Vlahovic and João Felix. They're both experienced players.
Or you still believe that bullshit, yeah?
It's not bullshit. He's not bullshit. The Vlahovic deal was done.
Yeah, I believe he didn't want the Vlahovic thing. I think that's a miss. João Felix isn't a miss, but I think
By the way,
no.
can I ask a quick question though?
Timo said we need more. Flawless.
I'm not falling for that journalist nonsense again.
By the way,
hold on, Jez.
End this conversation.
Go on, Prime. Say what you're gonna say.
Hold on.
By the way, I'm not talking about.
I know this is
No.
Wait, Timo, hold file. Jez, 1 second. Go on, Prime. Say what you're gonna say. Hold file, Jez.
Timo said we need more experience, but he won't answer which experience. We were linked with experience, whether or not, like you rate João Felix. We were linked with Felix in the summer, and the Vlahovic deal was done. Poch is the only one that said no to it. Juve agreed. Lukaku was willing to go. It was agreed with Chelsea. Vlahovic was willing to come here. The only people that said no were Poch and the Juve fans because they were going to kill Lukaku or whatever, allegedly. So we were linked with 2 experienced forwards. Poch said no, and yet you're crying about we don't have experience in the squad. So that's not a Bowley problem. That's a Poch problem, right?
I don't think it's an experience thing. I think it's just quality. That's what you are lacking.
But I'm asking Timo. That's what he's saying.
Let me throw it back at you then. If we get into this kind of games and then eventually he'll get sacked, then who's gonna be blamed then?
If Poch eventually gets sacked, well, Poch will get sacked because he knew what he was talking into.
Yeah, if a manager gets sacked, the manager is most of the reason why he got sacked.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Timo. If what you're saying is right, that means it's not.
Are we going this story again? Oh my god!
Hold on, Timo. So it's not.
I'm done with the story. All
right, let's just move on. Let me get to this. Let me get to this. Just hold on.
I wasn't even going to go there.
1 second. Let me just big up to Mo. Anyone who's watched Never a Foul, Mo's he's frequently on there. Great content creator as well. Inter Milan fan. Very knowledgeable though, just in general about. Make sure you subscribe to his new channel, 40 Judge Mo. Make sure you subscribe to Never a Foul. Big up Daps, the whole Never a Foul gang as well. And you'll see me on Mo's channel, new channel at some point soon. I think next Saturday, but we're gonna pattern that and sort that out. I want to actually move on from this and talk about Liverpool Brighton game more so because we were talking about goalkeepers yesterday. And we see Alisson make a mistake today. You know what I'm saying? And we see just with that, and that's the prime example of what I'm talking about. I'm not saying Alisson should be sold. He's horrific. He's terrible. I'm just saying all goalkeepers make mistakes. And this is the point I was getting at. Because people act like goalkeepers, the best goalkeepers, don't make mistakes. Was he fully at fault for that? No. But best believe if that's Manchester United and Onana makes that mistake, he gets the majority of the blame. And majority of the blame. No, not from what I've seen. No.
Prime, I can't lie. I think we compromising on experienced players.
I thought you didn't want to talk about it. I thought you didn't want to talk about it.
Wait, can I fucking lie?
We moved on already.
We don't. Timo, we've moved on from this. It's fine.
It's okay, bro. We moved on already.
No need to shout. Relax. We moved on. Calm down. Chill.
But yeah, Flawless. Do you rate Onana before like the United links?
But from what I've seen, and it was only brief. And actually, shout out to Mo because Mo's in a Milan fan, and he's someone in his opinion I trust on it. He rates him as a goalkeeper as well. So I was like, okay, cool. From what I've seen so far, and we was having this discussion on Back Again podcast, and I was saying, I'm worried, but I'm not writing him off. People want me to write him off. Like Hassan was saying that. Hassan was like, yo, I'm paraphrasing, was basically saying, how are you giving him more opportunity? And I'm like, do you remember the Gea stuff? And then they made the point, which is a fair point, and people made it last week as well, and Troop said it in regards to the H, and he's 20s. And I'm like, goalkeepers genuinely get better as they get older, like 30 and older, like most goalkeepers. Is there exceptions to the rules? Yes, but that's the common theme and the common rule. Onana might have peaked at Inter Milan. That could be the very best Onana we get. He could improve at Manchester United and we get a better one. He could get worse. Like, the point I'm making is I need a bigger sample size than 2 months before I write somebody off completely, especially being a goalkeeper. Because goalkeepers take even longer normally to adapt. Like I said, the Gea stuff was horrific. Just as bad as Onana's. And he got dropped. People forget that. And then he improved.
You're right in that. Yeah. You're right in that.
Go on.
Anyone that's judging him just off of this United sample size and trying to make an opinion either way, I agree. That's wrong. However, me being someone who has watched him before he came to United, and Chelsea, you were linked with him in the summer, and I firmly said no. as a shot stopper, I think the guy is like very overrated. I think he's okay, but in terms of where United want to go, or coming to Chelsea and us being a top like team again, I don't see him as being it.
Okay,
And
playing devil's advocate, do you think he was bought for the shot stopping mainly though? Because,
no, he was bought to play. He was bought to play out of the back. However, if you're buying a goalkeeper just to play out of the back and you don't expect him to be like actually a quality goalkeeper, especially for a big club and like Man United, who want to get back to being a great team again, I think that's wrong. And two, I think trying to transition your team to play out of the back let me word that again. Buying a ball-playing goalkeeper when the rest of your team is not comfortable playing on the ball, that seems to me like a recipe for disaster. So a lot of what's happening.
I mean, that's why.
And also, sorry, let me just land this. Sorry. Also, another point I have. Onana's made some mistakes. I don't think all of the goals he's conceding necessarily can be faulted like just to him. I'll defend him on this because, and I use this point with Kepa back in 2021, that why is your defense or your defensive structure putting him in certain positions to be conceding those easy chances in the first place?
Agreed. Because our teams are very good. Here the thing is, because I see people saying it, and John says it is shot and stop in his secondary. That's needing to become competent. If he cuts out the silly outside of the silly mistakes, I have no issue with anything else he's done. So in terms of coming for crosses, sweeping up, being a sweeper keeper at times, his distribution, whether he's going more direct or whether he's playing the ball out short. The only issue I have with Onana is his shot stopping in regards to the silly mistakes. That's an easy thing to fix. That's not difficult. I'd be more concerned if he was getting caught in no man's land for crosses from set pieces, or if he was doing the De Gea thing and staying on his line, or he wasn't sweeper keeping, or if I felt uneasy with him at the ball at his feet. Yes, he made a mistake for the Galatasaray goal, but the penalty that was missed. When you're playing out from the back, that's going to happen. We've seen it happen twice today with Arsenal. They just didn't concede. When the Ray got closed down by Alvarez. Yeah, like it happened today, ironically, with Liverpool as well. That's the risk you take. I don't have any issues outside of the silly mistakes. Do I think he can rectify that? Yes.
No, but I'm not talking about the ball playing mistakes. I'm talking about
I'm not talking. I didn't say the ball playing mistakes. I'm saying his shot stopping.
That's about. I think that's like the goal against. Who did you play? Brentford. Yeah, the goal he conceded against Brentford, for example, that's poor. However, and maybe this is however, like I said, why is your defense putting him in a position where?
Yeah, because our team is just not very good. That's why, and that adds into it. And man said it in the chat as well. Like people don't be listening to what I'm saying. Man said, De Gea was like 21. I legit mentioned that I hear the difference. The point that I'm making is the way people are writing off Onana after 2 months. But then again, these are the same group of people, or some of the same fans who were talking about United being able to win a league title less than 12 months ago with these same players. So here we are.
How long do you give him then? Because the season ends,
I give him the end of the year. I give him to the end of the year.
Yeah, because people are going to say this is his first season, which I understand. Like I give people the season to adapt. So next season, if he's still making these mistakes,
then it's a problem.
There's
2 seasons in,
Prime, and I brought up the point yesterday as well. Let's say Onana didn't do these mistakes, and actually, let's say United's defense is still shambles, but Onana was bailing United out for all these games, and they've won a couple more games. And people say, the conversation would be Onana is a world-class keeper right now. But in my opinion, 12 games, 11 to 12 games is not enough to give somebody world-class shots.
No, people were calling him world-class last season.
Exactly. Because people are reactionary. We know this, Prime. Yeah. That's the point I'm making. That's why I'm not right. And football fans are too quick to crown players and too quick to downplay players. Exactly. There's no balance. There's no middle ground. If he was exceptional in these first 2 months, guess what the conversation would be? Top class, better than Alisson, better than Edison. United are sorted for the next 10 to 15 years, which is just completely stupid, which makes no sense. Same way, he's been bad for the 2 months, and the move was wrong for him. It's terrible. He's never gonna turn it around. Based off of no, I need a bigger sample size. Am I concerned? Yes. Am I panicking? Yes. No. What happens if he then goes on a good run? Then what?
then the conversation is, oh, you know what, Ten Hag got a spot on with Onana. That's why I say I don't see this thing. I understand people being critical, which is because there's reasons to be critical, but there's one reason. There's one thing being critical and one thing just being completely reactionary and being over the board. Like again, and like I said, people just love to just. People just want to be on one side. They don't want to be on one side. Like, that's what I say. I view football with very balanced opinions, in my opinion.
Agreed. Like, do you spit in just like that's what it is? These same people will write off Onana, but give Luke Shaw his 10th year, give Martial his 8th year, give Bruno Fernandes his 5th year, give Mason Mount his 5th year, and then tell you to me how you writing these guys off because the sample size with these players is big enough. But again,
that's why I said I don't like. From what I've seen of him in the past, I don't rate him, but like I will be fair and say not everything can be. If United get back their first choice back four, and you guys can stop getting injuries, and Ten Hag fixes some of your structures defensively, then we can start to see what.
Well, he won't. He's cooked, man. He won't. You know what I'm saying? He cooked. He won't because he won't revert back to Ten Hag.
Right, Brian, you say that the
Ten Hag.
The funny thing, Brian, is
sorry, Jez. Elaborate on that. What do you mean?
I think he's cooked. Like he will get sacked. I can't say sooner rather than later because that board's stupid. But it will become a point where he should be sacked even if he won't. Because I've seen enough evidence where I go, you're not going to switch this around. How much more evidence do you need?
You got Sheffield United, right, in the next couple.
Yeah, Sheffield United, and they'll still come back and play the same stupidness again. Go on. What are you saying, Prime?
You say stupidness. Do you think?
Yes.
Do you think everything is his, or the majority of it is his fault?
No, it's split. I have it 50-50. There's certain games that are more on him. There's certain games that are more on the players. But overall, when I look at it, it's 50-50. It's 110% 50-50. That's why if I was getting rid of him, I'd take the majority of these players with you.
Yeah,
I'm saying leave a handful.
And even the Glazers.
Say that again. Yeah, and then people want to do that and then blame the Glazers. Like I'd say take them with you and the vast majority of these players. Like that's what it is. That's because he continues. I tried to give him ample time to rectify it, but yet you still continue to do the same things that don't work. And ironically, when you switch it up and bring on the subs, the players who should be starting, just not necessarily because they're good enough, but they deserve a shot, we look better. How Rashford is still starting games is beyond it.
That was the point I was trying to make. Like we can, I think Brian was saying how, okay, if he gets his defense back, ironically, this season he had his defense at some point, and I'll be real, Johnny Evans and Maguire this season look better as a partnership than Varane and Martinez this year.
Yeah, because Martinez is not fit, and you're right. Because Martinez shouldn't have been playing.
Exactly.
Because he clearly he didn't look right.
And again, it's the decision making from the manager. I know the players are not good enough, but if you risk your best player and just to end up him being out for 2 to 3 months, that's on you.
But isn't that in? But like maybe he's doing that with Martinez. Not even saying I agree with this, but because he doesn't trust his other backup centre backs, so he doesn't really have much of a choice.
I don't think he
did this with Reece James, where he would rush him back from injury.
Yeah, which is
our other. I agree. But the only other options we had were Aspie or Cho at wing back.
Yeah.
Or Push at wing back.
You know what I say to that, Brian? Look where Tuchel is now. Is he still a job? He still got sacked.
Like,
and that's not the only reason people got sacked. But like,
it's not the only reason.
You're working within your resources.
Work within your resources, and if you're unhappy if you're that unhappy about your resources, and your resources are forcing you not to be able to do your job at the highest level, you know what you can do? Leave. No one put a gun to your head.
Just don't do that. Like
no, exactly. So I'm not hearing it as an excuse. Then, if you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. You can leave and hold your hands up and go. The reason, because you know what, when Manchester United are losing games, you know whose rep goes down. You know whose reputation takes a hit. You know whose prestige takes a hit. I'm saying Ten Hag, so it's on you. So that's why I don't hear this job up, because I've obviously never managed, but I've been at jobs. Guess what? If I can't do, I've left things. You know what I'm saying? I've left radio stations for this very reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tox has been on and spoke about this. Because he'll chat to me and go, yo, you quick to jump? Yes. If I'm somewhere and I can't do it to the best of my possible ability because of the hierarchy, leave. Not hearing these excuses about injury. People say that, oh, he's not got his first choice back for, he didn't get his first choice targets. Nobody put a gun to your head. Leave. Otherwise, you're happy with it. That's why I'm not hearing it. It's nonsense.
I say this.
Nonsense.
If
live
was this easy, everybody would be a manager these days. Isn't it?
Like facts.
You getting paid to do the job. That's why I said because ironically, just literally a year, I said after the summer that we had, people are saying Conte wasn't happy. The board didn't back him. So why is he here then? Why is he still here if the board wasn't happy? And Ange didn't know who the fuck Vicario was from Empoli, but he's still making it work. He's making work with what he has. Like, he's taken off Son and Madison at the 80th minute for multiple games. Is he crying about that he has to do that? No.
And even Pep, who we praise all the time in Manchester City, we've seen Pep not get his first choice targets that time. Did they not want Cucurella? Was that not someone he wanted? And did they not want, there was some Declan Rice? Did they not make a bid for Declan Rice and he didn't get him? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, that's why I don't hear the excuse. Injuries I get, like Martinez and Varane, missing your first two choice centre back is never ideal. But it shouldn't go, I understand it getting worse, but it shouldn't go from good to absolute terrible, is the point I'm making. You should at least, your backup centre backs, because of your system you put in place, all I'm asking for is competent. Be 6 out of 10, which ironically Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire have been. I can't even criticize them. Ironically, I can't even put it on them against Brentford. They didn't do nothing wrong. We didn't concede the goal because of those two. It was Casemiro, Lindelof, who continues to play, and Onana. I can't, like, even when Johnny Evans played against Burnley, fine. Maguire, as much as I criticize him when he's played, cool. Yeah, like, that's why I don't hear this in regards to it. Like, oh, you need your first choice back four. So your first choice FC, I don't want you at the club then. If you can't do anything outside of your first 11, what happens when you get injured? Forget injury. What happens when them players lose form? What happens if we bring Martinez and Varane back and Martinez and Varane are off form? Then what? Then it's what, I can only work with my best 11. Like, no, you're a manage. It's legit in the title. That's why you are paid is it an extremely tough job? Yes. Especially being Manchester, but being a Premier League manager at the highest level, Arteta has it, Poch has it, like Ange has it, everyone has it. But you are paid extremely well to do an extremely tough job. I say it all of the time. That's why you are compensated, because you are doing pretty much an impossible job. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea could win 10 games from 10, and somewhere on social media, someone will still be criticizing Poch.
Yeah,
that's what the thing is here, because it's not just even the
like you laughing, TJ, because guarantee Arsenal just beat City for the first time in the longest time.
We're undefeated. We're undefeated, and half of our fan base is Arteta out.
This is the point. Like,
I mean, it is really an impossible job. Like, and you can criticize the football. Like, you can't criticize the results, but you can't criticize the football. That's
which is fair. Yeah, and that's just legit.
That's the difference.
So,
that's the
One
difference.
thing I do want to add to this as well is I don't even think it's just the top level. Like, you think somebody in non-league has all his tools at the club.
Facts.
And if he gets injuries, like, and it's not like non-league got like hella money where I can go and get this and this. Now that if somebody gets injured, then he got injured. Somebody else has to step in.
Yeah, they'll essentially be sending out ball boys. No excuses for the manager though.
Yeah, like that's
in non-league. It's the way it is.
And to John, I don't know if this was aimed at me. Who said, Ollie, after United thrashing wasn't sacked, what makes you think the directors will sack Ten Hag? I legit said in a statement that he's not going to get sacked when he's supposed to, because our board don't move accordingly. Like, both Ollie and Mourinho should have been sacked way before they got sacked. Yeah, like Tox mentioned it best. They'll make sure exactly. They'll make sure they sack a manager when it's without doubt. Like, nobody can say anything. There's not even a little doubt from the fan base that, we should have kept on such and such a manager. That's what they do, because they're cowards. And when I say they're cowards in terms of decision making, cowards. They don't want to make it.
It's also world-class PR as well. How much longer do you give Ten Hag then? I
think Ten Hag's done. I've said this.
No, but you're not Ten Hag. Are you Ten Hag?
No, I'm not Ten Hag out. No. But I think he's done.
I think he's asking timeline. How long?
You're in charge. How long do you give him?
Oh, if I'm in charge, that's tough. How long do I give him? See how this month goes, because it's important. Because I believe this month coming up, or November included, is the Champions League conclusion, I believe, or close to the Champions League conclusion, League Cup and Premier League. So that's 3 of the 4 competitions you're in. So if you go out the League Cup, sail out of the Champions League, whether that's Europa League or bottom of the league. You got to step if that happens. And we're still
4 games to save his
10th.
job.
We're still 10th. I don't think it's 4 games.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 4 games. I think it's longer. And 10th in the Premier League. Because say we go out of them competitions, but the Premier League form picks up.
So you got
Because we can. So let's say hypothetically that happens. We go out of the Champions League, whether it's Europa or bottom or out of Europe altogether. We get knocked out of the League Cup by Newcastle, but not only does the football improve, the performances improve, and the results improve in the Premier League, and we rise to like 5th, 6th. That's probably where around about we should be. I just want to see him start doing. We spoke about Onana doing the basics. I want my manager to start doing the basics. I'm asking for the bare minimum, which he's not doing.
Copenhagen at home, right? In the Champions League.
I check now. Yeah, Copenhagen's the next game. I need to actually check. What's it called? Let me have a look.
Copenhagen at home, and then you got Newcastle in the midweek as well.
Yeah, so Sheffield United away, Copenhagen at home, City at home, Newcastle at home, Fulham away, Copenhagen away, Luton Town at home, Everton away, Galatasaray away, Newcastle away, Chelsea at home, Bournemouth at home.
Apart from Man City, Newcastle,
Bayern at home, Liverpool away, West Ham away, Villa at home, and then to end the year, Forest away. So I look at those fixtures and go, there's points to be won there. Is there tough games in there? Yes.
Knowing our luck, Ten Hag will be sacked before Chelsea.
But he shouldn't, because I look at it and I go, all right,
hey,
boom.
I said it though, Prime. He's gonna get sacked before
Manager bounce.
Yo, yeah, this guy. Do you think Poch is making it through that 7-game run? All right, we go see.
Bowley's fault.
I love that. I love that team, man. I love that, man. Sheffield, so Sheffield United away, definitely a winnable. And again, people, I'm not saying we win these games, but Sheffield United away, winnable game. Copenhagen at home, winnable game. City will be tough. Newcastle in the League Cup will be tough. Fulham away, winnable game. Copenhagen away, winnable game. Luton at home, same. Everton away. Galatasaray away, as tough as it is, it's still a winnable game. Newcastle away, definitely tough. Chelsea at home, depending on what you lost for them, I think your confidence will be in the bin. That's a winnable game. Bournemouth at home, winnable game. Bayern ain't all that. Winnable game, even though it'll be tough. Liverpool away, right off. West Ham away, winnable game. Villa at home, Forest away. Look how many winnable games I said in there. That's not the toughest run in the world. That's not. If we are competent, we can pick up points in those games. We can get through the Champions League. All's not lost in the Champions League groups. It looks that way, but it's not. Get them back-to-back wins against Copenhagen and then boom. And then it depends if Bayern beat Galatasaray twice. I think we'd be second. I think Galatasaray are on. Did they beat Copenhagen? I think they're on 4 points. I believe so. I think they're on 4 points. I'll have to check. But if they lose to Bayern twice. Nah, but if they do, I say Bayern don't. Say they split. Let's say they split. We're still in contention to get out of the group is the point I'm making. Do we? I don't know about that. But yeah, like it's tough.
You've got to be Copenhagen.
If we don't, we got to be Copenhagen.
Yeah, but just about like if like realistically, like, and this is the thing, like, I mean, because the funny part this year, Brentford, after they scored their goal, they were scared because they still thought United got some sort of threat about them.
You got nothing.
Which is weird because like you want to bounce on them. Pause. After literally just getting a goal, the way they conceded as well, because again it came from their own free kick as well, but they didn't do it. So this is what I'm saying. Like, and I watched a bit of the Copenhagen Bayern one. If United want to play football like this, Copenhagen can definitely pick up result.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if it's a draw. For Copenhagen, that's a result. For United, it's a disaster. So,
yeah, he has to be Copenhagen twice. Like I said, I don't even know what the rest of the group's saying, but like we have to be in contention, and then that puts us on 6. But like he has to. There's no way we can afford to. And I'm not saying we will, people. I'm just saying he has to for his sake. You cannot go out like that. Like losing to Bayern Munich is one thing, but Copenhagen, like let's not do that. I'm actually trying to pull up the table to see what happened. Yeah, that's a whole different scenario. Yeah, go on, Bram.
No, I'm so happy we're not in Europe this season.
Why you don't miss midweek football?
I can't have us getting battered like this in Europe.
No, you don't do all right, man.
I want UCL football, man. I miss you.
No, I'm not talking about UCL. If we were in Europa having to face like
I don't mind.
So I was right.
We finished 7th place, this year.
So yeah. I was right. I'm just looking here. Bayern are on 6
these are
points.
the standards.
Galatasaray on 4 points. Copenhagen on 1. United on 0. So let's say we beat Copenhagen twice. That's 6 points. Let's say Bayern and Galatasaray split. That will put Galatasaray on 7 points and Bayern on 9 points. If they split, or if there's a draw, or Bayern win both. All that. My point is, all is not lost. It just seems that way because of the defeats. Hey, big up Ariagon Goon for the super chat. My done. Big up, man. Much appreciated. Says my left winger. He says big up TJ AI in the building. Legendary panel and chat. LFG. What's LFG?
Let's fucking
let's fucking
Oh,
go.
is that what it is? Okay.
AI American idiots. Big up my co-host Dal every single
Make
time.
sure you subscribe to TJ Warren's channel, man. Make sure you do so. Make sure you do so. And to Chinlu says Copenhagen are dead food, easy W for most teams. Hey, don't say it. The way we're playing.
That's why for me the worst.
Exactly.
Tell that to Galatasaray.
Exactly. That's why I'm not getting ahead of myself. And this manager just needs to pattern up. But you're gonna come back and do the same foolishness. He's done, man. I've said this. He's done. That's why and in regards to him, there's no manager as well I look at and go, I want him to replace. If there was a manager out there, I probably would be leaning more towards Ten Hag out. But there's no standout candidate at the minute.
Realistically, who would you want?
There's no standout candidate.
No, if everyone was realistically speaking, if you could get anyone, who would you have?
It's a good Pep in it.
No, but you know what I mean, like realistically.
Oh, realistically, Ancelotti. If that's realistic, Ancelotti.
Yeah, I think
Ancelotti would be.
I think he wants to retire, but
that's what I'm saying. That's why. So that's probably not even realistic. That's what I'm saying. The pool of managers is not big. You're picking from.
I mean, like for me,
unless United fans want to,
And I should say that let me clarify that my knowledge of managers, like when Ollie was here, the reason why I was so adamant about getting him out is because I wanted Poch. I looked at our team. I looked at Poch. I looked at that time and when Poch would do bits with this team. Now, whether he would have or wouldn't have, we don't know yet. The point that I'm making is that's who it was. I wouldn't have been as strong on the Ollie out of suit. Now I'm telling a lie, I would have. But that added to
Nagelsmann going to Germany, yeah.
There's nothing about Nagelsmann I look at. Like man is saying Flick. Just told me, and again, this is do your research. He had issues at Bayern Munich because he didn't get all of his first targets.
Exactly.
So what do you think is going to happen with Havertz?
United's the definition of not getting your first target.
We the definition. You know what I'm saying?
So would you instead of the obvious big profiles, would you be willing to? Well, again, you might not know about them, but would you be willing to take a step back in managers? I would have, but you have to have done something. You have to have won something somewhere or been under pressure to win wherever you're. No, but if you guys had got someone like Ange, or not, maybe not his style, but of that sort of profile.
But Ange's been somewhere where there's pressure to win.
True, yeah.
Even though it's Scotland,
it's Celtic. True. But would you have?
But still,
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
The funny thing about that was the Ange thing, because I know he's been Celtics, but people forget when he came at Celtics. One, people were cussing him when he came in. When he came in, people were cussing him. And two, that Celtics team wasn't good. I think he would build most of that Celtic team too, and then he ended up winning trophies. And I know
was he in Celtic after Rangers won the league?
I think he was there. I can't go and check again. But I know in his first season, I don't think he won the league straight or a trophy straight away. It was the following season when after he built the team. So he been part of rebuilds and he's been part of actually having to win something.
But yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, but I'm definitely willing to take a chance. Like if say Ten Hag was to get sacked tomorrow and then we got linked to someone who had success somewhere else in Europe, I'm always for me to write you off as a manager, you must have been either in the Premier League or been in the top league, and I really don't like what I see.
What about that?
You must have done something.
The reason why
Spalletti.
I don't know enough about him.
Spalletti was at Napoli. He's the one that won them that Serie A.
I'd have to do more of my research, and this is something people don't make sure people, when you start talking about these things, do your research. Like with Flick, I didn't know, and then Jez mentioned it and was like, "Oh, he had issues with the Bayern Munich." That's an immediate red flag. Not on Flick's side. I'm talking about what he would be coming into if he came to Manchester United. If he had issue with the Bayern Munich board, who from what outside looking in, do a superb job most of the time in regards to wanting Bayern Munich to win. Our board are not interested in that. But I'm not even against Flick. I just have my doubts. But yeah, go on, Prime. So you're gonna say
Luis Enrique, Flick, they all want their targets.
Yeah, Luis Enrique, I was cool on. And he's
Enrique is
a
massive red flag now, because
go on,
I mean, look what.
Go on.
Well, no. And just quick, and we were talking about this the other night, Flawless, is about Flick. You know, he did win a lot at Bayern, and you can give him his flowers for that, right? But at the same time, he had a Germany team that has some good quality in it, and he's getting absolutely turned over internationally. So if he doesn't get the play, I mean, do you think he can do it with the quality of players that are currently in Man United? I don't think so. Like, I don't think he could do any better of a job than Ten Hag is doing at this point. Unless he gets his targets. That's just my opinion.
And that's it. I'm looking at it and going,
it's about the same. It's about the same. That's all I'm saying. It's about the same.
And the reason why I asked the question in the first place is because up until these last few games with Poch, I was thinking that, and a lot of Chelsea fans were thinking as well, that if he does get sacked, the next manager that comes in, it doesn't have to be this big profile. It needs to be someone who is able to do rebuilds and fit within this structure that we are trying.
You know the funny thing,
there's quite a few managers I was looking at, and they might be a suitable suit for Man United as well. To be fair.
But Brian, you know the funny part about it is though, with Pochettino, ironically, he's making the right decisions by playing more attackers first and foremost. But also just putting certain players in more comfortable positions, and also not being as one-dimensional as he started off the season. So, all of a sudden he's getting the wins. All of a sudden, and this is Ten Hag's biggest issue. When I watch United is way too easy to like. When you watch United, you would think this is EAFC, just cutbacks and you score against United.
EAFC
now. Facts. You smitten. Big up to Andy MU for the super chat. Says, can you ask TJ now that they beat City if they are competing for the league? Don't be scared, TJ. Make a prediction. Says Andy MU.
We were always competing for the league. Whether or not we're gonna win it is a different story. We're always competing for the league this season. I don't think we will win the league. I'm not going on that limb, but I always said that we were going to be competing. I said second and third. Like you can go back to off season, second and third. It's just the only thing that I think has changed is the point tally will not be as big for City as I initially thought it would. But again, that being said, if certain injuries go, City have been bitten by injuries at this point. You have to acknowledge that. I think that game is different with a healthy De Bruyne and a healthy Rodri and a healthy and taken seriously Grealish. I really do. I'm just a realist on that. People call me negative. I'm just being real about that. So I don't think City are going to run away with it. That's the only thing that I learned today. I don't think they're going to run away with it, but I still do think they are the favorite.
No, that's fair.
TJ, how do you think the game?
One sec, Prime. Hey, big up Casually FC, big up Marshall. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for the raid. Large up Casually FC every single time as well. And there's just a couple of comments I wanted to get to as well. Well, one comment. Big up to you, Andy MU, for the super chat. And you said flawless Bayern managed well internally. They have a monopoly on the Bundesliga when they struggle to win the Champions League now. Every team outside of Real Madrid struggle to win the Champions League. They're consistently in the last stages of the Champions League. I think they're one of the most successful teams in the Champions League in the past 10 to 15 years. Have they won it the third most times in the past 10 years? 15 years? Is there anyone else outside of Madrid? Maybe Barcelona? Who else?
They've won it 5 in the last decade, I think.
They've won 5 champs in the last decade.
They won the 3-peat.
Yeah, they won because they won 3 on the bounce.
They won the 3-peat, then the 2014 one, and then
you're talking about Madrid. No, he mentioned Bayern Munich, not Real Madrid.
No, sorry, Real Madrid, yeah.
Yeah, Bayern Munich only won one, two in the last decade.
They've won 2, and I bet that's more than most. Who else outside of Real Madrid has won more than them in the past 10 years?
I don't think nobody else has scored 2. Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea. Yeah.
Chelsea, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was Chelsea, Madrid.
That's it.
Bayern.
They managed well internally, man, because they consistently forget the Bundesliga. If you're consistently in the last stages of the Champions League, you're doing something right.
That's good. Even do Bayern fans probably expect more in wanting to win? Yes, but then again, winning the Champions League back to back winning the Champions League itself is already hard as fuck. Unless you
Bayern have been to, I think, in the last 12 or so years. They've been to 3 finals because before they we beat them in 2012, and they won it in 2013. And then I think after that they got to maybe two semifinals. They got to two semifinals with Pep,
and then a bunch of quarters. I think.
Yeah, when's the last time they haven't made a quarterfinal?
Yeah,
I don't
so
think
they've got Champions League.
It's been a long time. I don't remember.
Yeah, like they ran well. Like I said, would Bayern fans expect more? Yes, because this is one of the poorest Bayern outfits we've seen. But in terms of them being ran well, but they ran well enough is the point I'm making. Even if it's not
teams,
perfect.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you don't make the last stages of the Champions League on accident consistently. That's not an accident. Like signing a Harry Kane is not an accident. That's a signal of intent.
Then again, the English because they initially they weren't even willing to pay the money. They ended up paying the money because they knew how much of an integral part he can be. Harry Kane the Bundesliga transfer record signing, not just the Bayern transfer record. So just shows you that they are about business. And I mean, funny enough about Bayern as well. I mean, they're even the Bundesliga for their standards, they're struggling in the Bundesliga right now.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they do have a monopoly on the Bundesliga. That's made for them. That's why I don't count that. Like, I'm not like, oh, they won now. I'm just talking overall in regards to Europe is your bread and butter. Like, in regards to seeing where you are. Like, Atletico Madrid, they're another team, even though they haven't won it.
But then, even then, you say
have previously done fantastic, have done well reaching last stages. Yeah, go on, fam.
But then you say that Europe is bread and butter for Bayern Munich, but Nagelsmann got sacked, even though I don't think he should have been sacked. But Bayern looked at it like, yo, we could potentially lose out of the league as well.
Yeah.
So it's like
I don't think he got sacked to the league, though. Huh? I don't think he got sacked to the league, though. I think he got sacked.
It was a part of it. Trust me, it was a part of why. The players didn't really listen to him anymore. I think a couple of board members he was struggling with too. But eternally, there was an issue with the fact that how Bayern was performing in the league and how potentially they could have battled the league too. Not battle, but not win the league.
No, but I thought the biggest issue was the Champions League. Because you remember at that point,
I think it was definitely the league because he wasn't succeeding at the bare minimum.
This is the funny thing.
Until the final day, he wasn't. I mean, up until the final day, Munich were in question. They fired him. They didn't. Obviously, Tuchel took him to the end, but they fired their sporting director on the field as they were about to lift the cup. Like,
I know. But like at that point, wasn't Tuchel being linked with Real? Because I think
he was linked to. That was one of the reasons. But you know what it is, right? But you know what it is here. But in the same time, you could have made the argument saying, do you actually believe in the manager to get it done? Or do you just say cut the wires because you don't believe he can do it against City and you don't believe he can win the league? Because trust me when I say the reason why he got sacked, a part of it was because of the league. It was 100% of the reason because Tuchel is getting criticized right now because he's not doing well in the Bundesliga.
The pressure's still there.
It's because and that's because it's a bare minimum. It's like winning the Bundesliga for Bayern Munich is an obligation. That's not an option.
You can win. You can make the semis of the Champions League and lose, which is for a lot of clubs is actually a successful season. But if let's say
you don't do a double, season, you're done.
Yeah, but not winning the Bundesliga at Bayern is as a manager at Bayern is a disgrace for a lot of Germans as well. Like, I mean, they didn't win the Super Cup and they got criticized for it, and that's the community shield.
They got
Leipzig in there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Harry Kane's first game and they lost.
Yeah.
You're so ashamed.
I'm just saying. No, what? No,
you're right.
I'm just stating facts.
Actually,
Harry Kane could have won a trophy when his first thing. Didn't do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But battling it already. Man.
They'll win. They'll win the Bundesliga. I'm not worried about that. They aren't winning the champs. They aren't winning the champs.
Oh yeah, 100%. So, but the way he shamelessly tried to make sure he's there for the Super Cup.
Yes, and now Andy, I hear you in regards to it. Like quarterfinals isn't good for them. Like I said, the original point I'm making is just the levels of like that, the expectancy and what they do. They consistently reach latter stages. I don't think there's been 2 years in a row I can remember where they haven't been at least in the semifinals. That's credit to them. Obviously, you want to win the competition. I'm just talking about how well they run. They run much better than Manchester United. So Flick's coming here. He's coming to a worse situation. And if he had issues there, he's definitely gonna have issues.
The funny part is the Germany situation. Whatever people want to say,
how he did in the World Cup as well. I don't like.
It's still a better situation. Bro, the guy lost to Chile. Oh no, not Chile. Costa Rica.
He did,
bro. Costa Rica
playing Kai Havertz up top and all.
No, I'm saying, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, that's why I think Flick is overrated. Because
he's such a fraud. Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna close out people very, very shortly. Make sure you bump up the likes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Large up to all the members as well. Let me just run through the members list. I would say quick, but this members list is getting longer and longer. So big up to all you lot. Big up Legendary Villain, Harif, Imran, 13 High, Peter. I know some of these obviously was gifted memberships as well. Link for the membership is in the pin comment. King Stash, Iwani, Ashley, Shandy, Zooks, Dan Levitt, of course. Shout out to Dan Levitt, Marshall K, the legendary Kaneki, Corey B, Hem, DR, Winners Corner, Westbrook is goated, Ed, LFC for the double. Obviously, the legend that is Zar. Big up to Zar as well. I know he's over the moon about today. Jason the Cool Kid, Wandanzo, Nate, A. Solomon, who's in the chat, Andy MU, who's also in the chat, PJ Daly, Doncaster Rovers, Daniel, Strasbourg, Steve, Jack Merry, of course, on the panel as well, TJ Warren. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Jack, Eddie, who's in the chat. Shout out to Eddie. Baleo, Broderick Fail, and the stream Dave, Casually FC, the Young G Nero, Gabriel, Sheik, Yardman Segenio, Time to Shine, Here to There, Dennis the Great, Matthew, of course, Victor, Starlord, the AFCFC, 44, Give It to Mikey, the Disabled Team, Raymond GSM, Alam, of course, who we're going to subscribe, redirect to, J Socials, OG Turbo Jesus, still hilarious name, Jesters, Sasha, Nelly, Scott Page, Neville B, and the guy, like I've said before, I would love to kick down a never-ending flight of stairs, Ryan. So yeah, man, large up to everyone who's locked in. Yeah, go on. Go on.
I don't know if you saw it when they're doing the most.
That tickle Timo, that one. He liked that one. You acting like you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? You kick him down them stairs too. Don't do that. I hate when people do this. Every time I say something about him, no one ever.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, no one ever says don't say that.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Free Ryan, man. Free Ryan.
Man, hey, I still got that clip of you calling meady, so don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You call him meady.
When? Evidence.
Don't. I'll find a clip right now. Like, I don't have that shit.
I was joking.
No, actually not. Ryan, fuck that, because fuck Ryan first and foremost, because wasn't he last week on here on Doing the Most or whatever show talking about how Luis Diaz was doing well as of late? No, today in the group chat he said, Luis Diaz, you scrub. Nah.
Colombian Mudrick, blah blah blah, and all that rubbish. Yeah, man.
Colombian Mudrick. Hey,
yeah, that's what we called him. That's what we called him. That's just Ryan. And yeah, see, Eddie, you a real one. You know, it's a long line, man. Imagine there was a line to friggin' kick Ryan down a never-ending flight of stairs. That line would never be ended. You would never get to the end of that line ever. You would never ever get to that line. People would be, you know, like when people like camp outside of like places for tickets. That's what it would be like. You know what I'm saying? People would have food tents. You know what I'm saying? A little bag for them to pee in the whole night.
I don't even know him that well, and I'd be there 48 hours early.
There we go.
Ryan, just know I'm not in the line,
DJ,
bro.
one stream and then you get it.
I've watched enough streams on this channel over the past year to know. I'm not worried about it.
Yes. And big up to Christopher says the disrespect on the like button is mad. Yeah, you lot bump up the likes into Orion Goon, Ryan's little bro. He's on the channel. He's on Doing the Most. He's also on the Liverpool. He's also on the Liverpool show as well. Like when people hear me say this, people are like, "Oh, you got beef?" No, that's actually like little bro. Like I literally judge him as a little brother, very much like my little brother, who I would love to also kick down a never-ending flight of stairs. It's the same thing. My little brother's just younger and beige. That's the only difference. He annoys me the same way Ryan does. That's legit.
I would do that to Jez as well because he's annoying as fuck.
Happy Jez is every time.
Nah, I wouldn't. I would throw Jez down a flight of stairs.
But we move anyway. But TJ, let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Oh, I'm dying, guys. Thank you so much. TJ Warren TV, thank you for having me on the Q&A. I was over the moon. I'm really, really glad to wrap up this shameless Sunday with a great channel like Sarcasm City. Catch me, TJ Warren TV. Hit that sub button right now. I will be doing a watch along for the U.S. Germany international. Outside of that, just the normal American Idiot show. Friday nights, 9 p.m. UK time. And then are we meeting up on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah. We running it Thursday.
Cool.
Yeah. Normal sense.
Cool. Yeah. So catch me here midnight Thursday, and yeah, flawless. Thanks again for having me, bro.
Anytime. You lot, make sure you subscribe to TJ Warren TV. Like I say, you see him on the Q&A. You catch him every Thursday here, midnight UK time for the United Arsenal show. Make sure you check him on his own channel and everywhere else as well, talking all things, like I said, on Thursdays, Manchester United Arsenal. As for I was going to say today, people, obviously you'll get the Man United podcast at 4:30 p.m. I'll be solo dolo talking about the Manchester United game against Brentford. Big up Monts as well. Got a large up Monts for those that haven't seen him. I gotta give him his plaudits. Love to my brother Monts on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? On the advert for Big Brother. Love to see it. You know what I'm saying? So large up Monts each and every time. Everyone make sure you give Monts his plaudits for that, because that's a big look. Proud of you, bro, man. For real, family. Proud of you. Even though you support the wrong team, genuinely proud of you. Like genuinely.
Wait, does that mean he's gonna be in Big Brother?
No. He's just on the advert. You just done the advert.
It's on BBC.
Even though Monts,
it's on BBC.
Yeah, even though Monts in the Big Brother house would be ad watch, it'd be must see TV.
I was even more gassed. I was like, yes.
There's something before we close out as well. Just have to quickly say also to each other, a big up to TJ, first one to City. So like, I guess Arsenal a good team, but I just want to say,
that hurt. I can tell you that hurt. That hurt for you to say.
It did. I kind of like.
I guess. You know what? I guess he said. I guess.
But you know what? No, shout out to the Arsenal fans though. Like them singing North London forever for Tottenham, being top of the table. We take those.
I can't lie. We need to end both of you.
Not even gonna dignify that one. Not even gonna dignify that one.
I'm part of it.
Yeah, this is like go. But yes, love to everyone. Like I said, 4:30 p.m. UK time, Man United podcast, talking all things Manchester United, and then doing the most at midnight, people. So it'll be myself, Jez, Ryan will be there, unfortunately. Ahmed will also be there, unfortunately, as well. No, Ryan and AFCON Ryan is crazy. But yeah, doing the most, which is the Premier League show. So
I don't care. I keep saying it. I don't know why you call him AFCON Ryan. Like Somali don't even make the AFCON.
Yeah, that's just because that's just the federation he's under. That's all it is.
Fair enough.
Like that's what it is. Like same way if I called, he's Africa. Ryan's hilarious. So that just makes Ryan like he's Asian Cup Ahmed, but we move. But yes, love to everyone who's locked in.
You both.
That's Timo. That's Timo.
Yeah, that's Timo. Yeah, Asian Cup.
Timo's Asian Cup, Ryan. Timo's Asian Cup.
Nah, because they're both Asian. You know what I'm saying? So it don't work. They both Asian. You know what I'm saying? You have to break it down like if one's south or one's east, one's west, one's north. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying, where's Indonesia? Where is it? I don't know. Why I'm asking people. Is it definitely south? And where's Pakistan? Is that south?
Southeast.
Where's Pakistan?
Pakistan is southwest.
Do you trust Timo knows this?
No.
Wait, what? You don't believe that? Bro,
Timo. Oh my God.
The shit that you be saying sometimes. I'm sorry. Like,
this guy acts like we don't know him, you know. That's the funny.
It's like, normal geography. It's not like an England geography.
No, you don't know geography.
We know you in geography is like me and maths. It don't mix. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Oil and water. It don't mix. We know that. You know what I'm saying? We know that. Like Bruno Fernandes and playing and managing the game. It don't mix. We know these things. Like, let's not do that, fam. Like, come on now.
Exactly, man. It's like Bruno and Mount, two cheeks of the same mouth.
Hertfordshire.
Oh shit, the Hertfordshire shit had me rolling. But big up Timo. Oh, this is why I love Sarcasm City. Outros, people. I'm doing the outro. These man got me rolling. But yeah, don't forget, you'll get this week coming up, even though it's international break, you're gonna get all of the regular scheduling, people. So you get your Q&As, all the Man United, so all the Manchester United shows, all the crossovers, Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, Spurs. I will try and do Manchester United, Manchester City as well. Try to speak to Yancy when she's about, try to get that on as well. And then what I'm going to do is the week after that, people, what I was going to do is this, because you lot have seen me do the Sarcasm City TV specials. But what I'm going to do for you lot, because I enjoyed the last one we did so much, I'm going to do fan calling shows all of next week. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So you're going to get Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 p.m. UK time. I think that works out for everyone in the UK time zone and then people in other time zones for the vast majority. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, people, all starting from next week, Monday. So not today. So not today, next week, Monday, people. That's all you're going to get, fan calling shows. And I run them to make sure I get through all the calls. So even if I'm on for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever the case may be, and it's open for anybody to call in. Doesn't matter who you support. Doesn't matter what sporting topic you want to talk about, because the last one we did on Friday, I actually enjoyed that a lot. I was like, this is good. So yes, feel free to call in. You lot, especially, all you lot got so much to say in the chat. That's what it is. In particular, if it sounds like I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. I'm saying so many people in the chat, you got so much to say, and I love that. So feel free to call in. Like I said, that'll be from next week, Monday. But big up, love. I was gonna say anything you might want to add, but I know what you lot like. TJ, anything you want to add? I ain't even going to these jokers. Anything you want to add?
No. If I say anything, I'm just gonna trigger Jez, so I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah, cool. But I'm glad you lot enjoyed the show. Like I said, subscribe to Big Six Pants, TJ Warren, Andy MU. I see you, all the regulars, all the new people. We're gonna raid a lamb as well, people. So make sure you put Sarcasm City raid in the chat, people. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.